Hi there, Maria. When did this knee problem start?
About 3 years ago. It's been 3 long years. It started during a walk on Kangaroo Island after a little bit of twist.
And what sort of things worry you now?
Squatting. I've given up tennis and long walks. I just don't know what to do, to exercise or rest.
Yeah. What sort of things have you been told?
Well, I've had some scans. I was told I have a bit of arthritis and some wear and tear, and that I'll eventually need a new knee. My neighbour, he's got it too. He reckons his is bone on bone, made worse because he's got knobbly knees. I guess I'm bone on bone then too.
Okay. Well, Maria, I've had a good look at your knee and how you walk and move, and it's a bit swollen, yeah, it's a bit tender, and you are walking a little bit like a damaged duck, but I want to say it's structurally okay. And I can help you with this. You'll be doing most of the work though. You don't need a knee replacement, and indeed in the future if you do, let's get the knee as healthy as we can now. So hold your knee, just feel down on the side there, find the knee line, the joint line, just bend it a little bit and just marvel at the movement in there. Because inside on the bone surfaces are tough, long-living cartilages. And they really respond and they need some compression for their health as you walk. And I'd like to tell you a little bit more about this.
Yeah, but what about the bone on bone?
Okay, bone on bone. It's a scary term, isn't it? But in fact, all of our joints are bone on bone, and we all have a bit of wear, and particularly in the knee. And although the cartilage may be thinner, there's always a bit of cartilage there, and there'll be a gap. You might remember in your x-ray there was a gap. So for now, I'm going to get you to swap the bone on bone thinking for, yeah, there's a bit of wear, but I can repair.
But they told me it's wear and tear in there.
Okay. I'm going to get you to change the wear and tear thinking too. First of all, it's a rhyme. And rhymes, we remember. 40 days has September.
April, June and November.
That's right. So yeah, a bit of wear, but there's nothing torn. And the rhyme is actually wrong for your knees. An antique dealer would say, Maria, that with that bit of wear, it's the kisses of time and your knees are really valuable. Let's replace wear and tear with bend and mend. And Maria, that little bit of wear is part of a much bigger story. You can keep the joint surface healthy, maybe even repair it a little, but there's so many other things you can do to help your knee. You can make muscles healthier, you can make the whole leg and body healthier, you can actually ease some of the inflammation which is creating this knee problem. So sure, there's a bit of wear, but the knee can repair.
Sounds good. I like the bend and mend. But are you sure exercises won't wear it down?
No. Exercise won't wear it down at all. Knees love exercise, but we can adapt the kind of exercise for your particular knee. Exercise is excellent. Now, can I tell you a little bit more about your knee?
Yes.
Okay. Maria, in the knee is a teaspoon or more of fluid. It's a lubricating fluid, human WD-40. And there's stuff called lubricin in this lubricant. And in this lovely lubricating fluid, it helps nourish the cartilage. And if you combine it with a bit of compression and big, beautiful movements, you can even build up a store of lubricating fluid for later. So I'm going to guide you with these activities to get the joint surfaces gliding. It will make them glisten and gleam. Move it and lube it.
I like the sound of that.
Oh, okay. Maria, here's a little bit more to reflect on. You seem particularly interested in this. Your knee is actually spread right throughout your body. You've got knees in your brain too. I'll talk a little bit more about this later. But for now, there's zillions of nerve cells that look after your knees. So you know when and where it hurts. And these cells have knee memories, including all your movement programs. And when you don't use your knee like you used to, maybe you're a bit unsure what to do. As you said, you didn't know whether to exercise or rest, maybe even a little bit frightened. The knees in the brain get a little bit fuzzy too. They need to be exercised too. But what happens is there's more nerve cells looking after your knee, just trying to protect you to make you a little more sensitive. But it's good news. This can change and become healthier too with movement and knowledge. And when the knees in the brain are a little bit fired up, that's where words like bone on bone and wear on tear can actually even stimulate a bit more inflammation, which comes down and makes your knee a little bit worse.
So you're saying it's all in my head?
No, never. No, Maria, it's all in your body, and your knee is a part of your body.
Wow, so I need to change the way I think about my knee and even things I think and say.
That's right, plus with some exercise that will take you through. Now, Maria, here's another little secret that many people don't know. That lovely lubricating fluid in the knee and the cartilage is also affected by stress. And indeed, the more you see goals set and mastered, the more you can see light at the end of the tunnel, the more you understand what's going on in the knee, and the more you believe it can change, the healthier the knee juice and the cartilage will be. So yes, the more you know, the better it will flow. Motion is lotion, and it's lotion for that knee you're holding and the knee which is right through the body. Again, move it and lube it. So we're going to help you get into some healthy habits. First, all-round clever exercise and activity, which is healthy for the knee, healthy for the whole body, and healthy for the brain. Second will be more knowledge. You're going to become a knee knowledge expert person about all the things that can fire up the knee and the brain and all the things you can do for it. And thirdly, I'm going to help you just lose a little bit of weight. And indeed, as you get exercising, it'll probably happen anyway, because even just a few kilograms can take off some of the load that you put through the knee as you move around through your daily activities. And fat is also a source of inflammation, which can come in. It's like a reserve which can be called upon to make the knee a little bit more inflamed.
Sounds great, Dave.
Great. And just one last thing, Maria. Our healing power and brain-changing power is unstoppable, right to the last breath. Knee osteoarthritis is not a sentence, it's a body process that can change. So come on the trip, come on this science-backed program, and you'll be the bee's knees.
I'm right with you, Dave.
Great. Okay, so that was a little bit over the top, fast and rather didactic. But within the story, there are many examples of language techniques. Rhyme, for example, bone on bone, wear and tear, and I offered alternatives like bend and mend. Motion is lotion. Move it and lube it. Wear and repair. The more you know, the better it will flow. And these are very, very memorable. Alliteration, long living cartilage. Exercise is excellent, lovely lubricating fluid. Healthy habits, be a knee knowledge expert, marvel at the movement. I used anaphora. Anaphora is repetition, often at the start of a sentence that you can use. It's a lovely way to embed thinking without sounding too boring and repetitious. Charles Dickens said it was the best of times, the worst of times. Churchill, we'll fight them on the beaches, fight them on the landing fields. But if you think back through what I said, let's get into healthy habits. Healthy for the knee, healthy for the body, healthy for the brain. I also used you can. You can make muscles healthier. You can make the whole body healthier. You can ease inflammation. There was plenty of metaphor play, figurative speech. You can be the bee's knees, the kisses of time, light at the end of the tunnel. And these can often be transformative metaphors. We used three elements used together. It's an old advertising technique. A Mars a day helps you work, rest and play. The French liberty, equality, fraternity. The use of three. And here's where we combine exercise, weight loss and knowledge together with the idea that each one can play off the other. I also used a technique in education called an intersection discovery. Because what we're really trying to do here is to change the notion of osteoarthritis of the knee as an entity that won't change, or that an entity that has a predetermined outcome and inevitable knee replacement, to one where OA is a process, where the future is not determined and you can construct your own future. So for example, I talked about lubricant in the knee and how it helps movement, but how it's also affected by stress. We talked about fat, how fat can also put more load on the knee, but of course fat is also a source of inflammation. We talked about exercise for the body and the brain, and indeed, of course, there's a unity between them. And finally, I also use, where possible, idiophonetic or aesthetically pleasing words. Idiophonetic words, that's words that make you think of something, that gliding and glistening and gleaming, strong knee, lovely, healing power. So, there's much more to the world of explained pain than just telling a pertinent and powerful story.